Hi everybody, I'm Phil Fatika. Welcome back to the Millcreek Government Channel. Today, a very, very special program, something that everybody wants to know about, and then we're here to tell you how it happened and the people responsible. It is Edinburgh University, Porreco College. It is the community's college. I think you've probably heard an awful lot about that. When I introduce you to our next two people, you'll be able to see behind me exactly what we're talking about. Let's start on your left. This is the man that they brought in, Dr. Nate Ritchie from Youngstown State, I understand. He is now the Dean of the College of Science and Health Professions and the Dean of the Porreco College. Nate, thanks for making time for us.
It's an honor to be here, Phil.
No, it's an honor to have you. And sitting next to Dean is a face very familiar to Erie viewers, Tina Mengine. Tina is a vice president at Edinburgh University, and I might add also another person responsible for this coming to fruition. The challenge was thrown down, Tina. Let's do it, and you said absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, how did it happen? How did it happen? I mean, I can say that, but it took some planning. How did it occur? The Porreco College of Edinburgh University.
Well, as you know better than anybody, there has been a huge void in this community for a community college that offered community college rates, affordable education, and workforce programming. So our new president came in about 2.5 years ago. We made this part of our strategic plan. We brought Dean Ritchie in shortly after that. We charged him with making this come to fruition because he had done something similar in Youngstown. And within 6 months, we had a plan and an announcement and announced the community's college.
Which in the world of bureaucracy and academia, that's like warp 12.
It is.
Warp 12. Dean,
it's Star Trek speed.
Dean, how did you do that? Because that just normally doesn't happen, Nate. You got 4 days to tell us.
Well, a couple of things happened. First of all, I was given 6 months to put together a plan, and being new to my job, I wanted to do well. So I did have the 6-month time frame, but something special happened to me the day that my family and I drove to the Porreco campus. We arrived at the Porreco campus expecting something quite different than Porreco.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful property. The rolling hills, the orchard, the vineyard, the barn, the peaceful setting was something that I literally fell in love with the first time I saw it. And really from there, that was the beginning, that we have a passion for that property. It's a jewel of Erie, and we want to make that property meaningful and usable by the public.
Now you set out and your goals were attainable. And what did you say? This is what we're going to do. We're going to crawl before we walk. So what did you do to crawl? You said we're going to have this many, we're going to charge this much, it's going to be funded by all the above. How'd you manage that?
I would say that it was something maybe a little bit before that happened. Was we wanted to look at the barriers that prevent people from Erie from more education. So we listed the barriers and asked ourselves, how can we take away the barrier that's preventing various people from various groups and communities? What keeps them from going to college? And that's where we started. And one by one, we chipped away at those barriers.
Nice.
Well, one of the largest barriers being cost.
Absolutely.
Transportation, location, all of those things. And we were able to address them one by one, as Nate said. And cost being the biggest factor, we established what we call the Porreco Promise. Any Erie County resident can attend college on a full-time basis for less than $2,400.
And that, again, is just incredible. That's
Right.
$2,400 a semester or $2,400 a year?
Semester.
A semester.
Right. And we did that through private donations. Lou and Debbie Porreco, who donated the property many years ago, stepped up with the first $1 million gift. And we have raised over $1.5 million so far.
So, you're pregnant, You got all the right genes working for you. I love because you said you removed the barriers, and then you had to give birth, okay? So you've just given birth a little while ago. How's the new baby doing? You got 3 days to cheer and rave and compliment and say Yahoo.
It's exceeded our expectations on every level.
Okay, how so?
Well, when we were thinking about recruiting students, we hoped that we would have 150 students who were interested in the Porreco College.
I bet you got more than that.
We have plenty more than that. Head count, we have almost 500 students.
Wow. So the need was obviously there, and they demonstrated by responding. Okay, great.
Yeah. So that was the first indication of success, is that people were really interested in connecting with us. But I think also our connection with the community, Tina and I and my team and others have reached out to various community organizations. One in particular, the Multicultural Resource Center. Okay. We've reached out to them, and they've responded with a good number of students. So we see firsthand that the students we're attracting are students who can greatly prosper from more education, a college degree.
Having taught at the college level, I bet you a nickel that the average age is a little bit older than a typical freshman on the Edinburgh campus. Would that be fair to say?
Average age is 26.
26. So for those people out there who say, well, I'm too old to go to school, nonsense.
Nonsense.
You're never, never, ever too old to go to school. Never. You can be 147 and you're not too old to go to school. So dispel that myth right away. A lot of veterans are interested. Do you have that component to your?
Well, what we're finding is, because it's a smaller campus, it's more comfortable to veterans, to the slightly older population. It's not quite so intimidating, and they feel more comfortable than on a large college campus with 18-year-olds who have a different mindset, if you will.
Tend to think that probably the core of your population comes from those people least able to afford it. Certain zip codes are targeted for sure. Is that fair to say?
You know, it's, when I said it exceeded all our expectations, I meant that literally, because among our goals was to increase the educational attainment rate in Erie County, to reduce the poverty rate in Erie County, and to address workforce needs. And the areas in Erie that are the poorest among us, those zip codes, 16503, 07, 02, all of those zip codes with the lower demographics, that's where our population is coming from. 16506, which of course is Millcreek, is in the top 5 as well. And I think that's a matter of convenience, and also addresses some of those maybe older students.
Sure.
But it shows a broad cross-section are taking advantage of the university.
Oh, absolutely.
But in particular, we're meeting those needs that we wanted to address.
I hope they can get a shot. Behind me is preliminary designs for what the school, it's right there, what the school is going to look like. It's going to go up and out. And we're talking about the Porreco on West 38th Street, yes, it's the same place. And by the way, are people still enrolled in the Porreco as part of Edinburgh University, but not part of the community's college?
Yes.
There's dual things going on there.
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Nick.
Well, it's important to note that all of the students at Porreco are Edinburgh University students. Okay. And that the credit that they earn is Edinburgh University credit.
Right. Okay.
We are they.
Yes.
Porreco students are Edinburgh students, and they enjoy all of the reputation, the faculty, the accreditation that we have on campus.
Tend to go back to the I'm too old to go to school thing. Well, because mostly I have children and I just can't go back. Let's blow that out of the water right now, because you have a number that was pretty staggering to me. What percentage of your people there are parents?
40%.
Say that again.
40%.
Wow.
40.
40. So you're watching us, and I know you are, because we go everywhere. Here's the time. Here's the time now for you to say, I need to get some information about this place, because this is what I want to do. What kind of information? Where do they go to get it? Website, phone call? You say it, we'll put it up.
all of that.
All the above.
Edinburgh.preco.edu, I think it is. You can stop by. We have admissions folks on campus.
Right on campus?
Yes. So we'll take care of you. One of the beauties of us addressing these different barriers is the Women's Fund of Erie is helping us with childcare costs for parents. So there are any obstacle that someone may have, we're attempting to address.
Now, next question, obviously. Okay, I really want to do this. I don't want to be a doctor. I don't want to be a lawyer, but I'd like to be this or this or this. So, Nate, what are the choices I have? What are the programs I can enroll in that are going to be for me?
That's another part of our plan, is to make sure that the programs that we offer lead to something else, either lead to a career or employment or more education. And many times it's a combination of those. Our first rollout consisted of 5 programs. An associate degree in business administration, associate of arts and human services, social services, a liberal studies degree. We have an associate degree in applied science and applied technology. That this is an amazing program, in fact, that if a person showed up today with a journeyman's certificate, we could award 27 credits to that certificate.
Say that again. That's probably not out there so much.
So a journeyman
yes.
who wants to complete an associate degree in applied technology, with that certificate, will be awarded 27 credits toward this 60 hours. So they've earned a half a degree already.
Wow.
And don't know that. Now, what's exciting is that is our template for the future.
Okay. And it takes about 2 years, you'd say? You know, this isn't going to school full-time year-round. This would be normal fall, winter, spring, maybe a break in the summer, fall, winter, spring, or something like that. And you don't have to wait to start in the fall? Can you start in the winter
you can
or the
start
spring?
You can start in January, or you can start in September.
Okay.
You could even start in the summer, but ideally, if you go full-time, you would be done in 4 semesters.
4 semesters. But you know, I work and I work and I don't think I can do it, and I have to work. And what do you say to these people? They keep putting up all these excuses that you people are knocking down, and I love to hear that. You've lowered the barriers. You've gotten rid of the barriers.
That was a barrier that actually the leaders of the Multicultural Center, Resource Center, told us about. They said, going to full-time is great, but note that our clients work full-time. You need to help us out. So no, we've done 2 things. One is we've mixed our programs. Some programs are day, some are night.
Okay.
So if a person is working during the day, there are opportunities for college coursework at night. Yeah. But another thing is the Porreco Promise is prorated for the part-time student. So if a person wants to do, say, a degree in business, they don't have to take it all at once.
Thank you. So you can space it out. You can say, you know, I can afford to go maybe this term, and then I have to take next term off, but I won't be bounced out. Those credits still hang there. They're still good. So, okay, it's pretty much on their schedule. You guys are making this too easy for me here. Huh?
Well, that's the idea.
Yeah. Again, we have to reiterate that you knock down all these barriers to going. And in the world of academia, this is like, Kirk, you know, where do you want to go? I mean, because this was like warp speed that this happened. This just does not happen. We're going to send it to this committee and that bureaucracy and this state. And
well,
wow.
Fortunately,
amazing.
Because we're an existing public university, we had all the infrastructure in place.
Okay.
It was an easy transition. We weren't starting from scratch. We didn't have to go through years and years of study and trying to find the resources to get this done. Excellent faculty that are able to teach at Porreco. The infrastructure, the administration, everything was there. It was just a matter of doing it and making that commitment to the community, and we have.
I noticed that some of the degrees I'm reading here, you could be a certified nurse assistant. Stop me if I'm wrong. Associate in computer technology, an associate in criminal justice, an associate in applied science, aeronautics.
Those are all coming.
Yeah, those are coming. Yeah, those are good. So you got pregnant, you had the baby, it's doing pretty well. It's in its onesies, or not quite its onesies yet. It's still in diapers.
Not even a onesie
No,
yet.
it's in its diapers, but doing well. Looking at behind me here, this is where you intend to take it and grow out and up. Is there a number that you're going to say, we've reached our saturation point, we don't know if we can handle that many students anymore, we are the victims, quote unquote, of our own success? How big do you want to be or not be?
Well, if I could back up and say that
Please.
that success has happened
Okay.
already.
Wow.
That
2 snaps and then some for you, Doctor.
yes, we're experiencing the stress of success.
It's a nice stress, I bet.
It's a wonderful situation, and I think it's mainly coming into, I would say my dream for programming at Porreco was to have partners. Partner with everyone and compete with no one. It was sort of what we were saying. And when we hoped that we would have partnerships that were that would become available for us. Those partnerships are shaping up right now, which means that the plan for the added space for later is upon us today. And you mentioned the Certified Nurse Assistant program. That's a program that's really in demand. It's a program that we want to have in place by January, February, but we need some space for that. So, gosh, today we need to deal with space, and Tina has taken care of that for us.
Tina will handle that.
She takes care of the big deal, the big.
You
things.
want it done, you give it to the consigliere over there.
So I think
it gets done.
Success is really going to make this all happen.
Okay.
Versus planning for future success.
Yeah.
We have the success, and it's driving these renovations, and even some of the programs that we never really thought of are being brought to us by other organizations, and that's the perfect scenario.
That's great. So Phil's enrolled, and Phil's going to graduate here pretty soon, and I got my degree. Can I take my degree and go to the college and continue? You'll honor that? Or can I take my degree and go to whatever university,
Yes.
and will they honor that?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So I cut you off because
No,
I
you
knew what
didn't.
you were going to say, but you can, if you can go out into the workforce, or if you have an associate in business or liberal studies, and you want to transfer to main campus, you can, which is 100% transferable. Or if you want to go to Mercyhurst or Gannon or University of Pittsburgh, you can transfer there as well. Now, every university is different in what transfer credits they'll accept, but these are university credits, so they should transfer easily to anywhere.
You have the full faith and power of the university standing behind you.
Absolutely.
And backing you up.
Yes.
Yeah. This is incredible. I think it bears witness, or bears testimony that we should review a little bit here, how much this is going to cost, where it's located, because right now is the time to think about enrolling and getting out there and finding out some information. Let's start with the cost. The cost is something that people say, I can't afford to go. I can't afford it, I can't afford it, I can't afford it. Well, these two are here to tell you that you can't. The cost is how much?
Every student in Erie County is eligible for the Porreco Promise, which means you'll pay no more than $2,400 per semester. If you take grants into consideration, not loans, but grants, most of our students are paying much less than that.
And how many credits do they take for that semester?
Full-time is between 12 and 18 credits.
Doable?
Part-time, as Nate said, that Promise is prorated. So if
Okay.
you're only taking 6 credits, you'll get less, of course.
We already mentioned that the average age is almost 26. So if you think you're too old, you're wrong. Male, female, balance of that. Who's coming, who's kind of waiting, sitting back in the stands saying, I think I'm going to see how this plays out?
Well, this is interesting because on a traditional campus, it's primarily women. And it's all 60-40 women, men on a traditional campus, whether it's Edinburgh or some other university. At Porreco, it's the exact opposite. It's 60% male.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And I think that speaks to the need that young men aren't automatically going to school.
First time I went for where's the beer, where's the women, where's the party?
Exactly.
And I went for a little bit of a little time, and they said, "Thank you, don't come back." Well, actually, I removed myself. I wasn't ready.
You weren't ready.
I was way too young.
So what we're finding is that we have more men on campus.
Married, single, is there a balance, or is there kind of a, what you
Well, we
expect
know
there?
40% have children.
Okay.
They don't all necessarily need to be married.
Okay, right, okay. So there's not, move that stigma right there. Figure I have is 72% are eligible for financial aid. 46 of those demonstrate the absolute highest need. So again, if you think you can't afford it, you're wrong, okay? You're wrong. And
those 46% are paying zero.
Paying zero, okay. So there's somebody out there, that's a great smile they captured there too. Somebody out there is going to help you with this. You've got to investigate this. You cannot sit back and say, yeah, I'll check it out one of these days, because let me again introduce you to Dr. Nate Ritchie. Nate is the Dean of the College of Science and Health Profession, and he's also the Dean of the Porreco College. And sitting next to Dean Ritchie is Tina Mangine, and Tina's the Vice President of Edinburgh University, and the person that said, let's get this done, and in lightning speed, it happened. It just happened. There's been so much written about what you have. If you are, can pick up an Edinburgh University magazine?
It's a magazine.
Yeah, all kinds of information for you in there. There's all sorts of information in the Millcreek Township magazine that was going around talking about the, everything education, and this is all for you. So what I'm saying is, it's there. It's absolutely there. You can find it. They sent me a very lovely letter telling me how much they've accomplished and how things are rolling out, and we're here today to tell you that this definitely is for you. I don't care, you know, you say, no, I can't do this. Yes, you can do this. And these people here today are here to address that issue for you. Am I leaving something out somewhere?
I think, as Nate alluded to, we've been highly successful so far, due in large part to some of the partnerships that we've been able to make with local businesses.
Right.
We have a program, and Nate can explain it better, with General Electric right now.
Great.
Where we're doing apprentice work for them. And maybe you want to explain that.
Please, please, Nate, yes.
One of our best examples of partnership is with General Electric. They have some very high standards with regard to their apprentices, high education standards, and part of the requirement is college coursework and skills training, and we're a partner in that. And we have a growing number of their employees that are taking advantage of their program. That was our first example of what we wanted to achieve, and since then we've just added to that, and a lot of our new programming that's being rolled out next year, or for next fall, is a result of that.
Are you at liberty to discuss that? Because we're about a year away from that. Please, you got to.
I think we can. I think we should.
Tell us.
We're working with Penelec right now on a partnership with them for their employees to get trained through the community college, LECOM, Millcreek Health Systems, St. Vincent Hospital. So large employers, and then some smaller employers, Better Baked Foods and some of the food industry, are all looking to work with us so that we can provide those workforce needs for them. And that's exactly what a community college should do.
Exactly. Right now, the Chamber is looking for businesses to fill out a good form saying, who do you want to hire? Who are the people you're looking for? What people do you need in these places? And they need to tap into the people who are saying, we need these people and these people and these people. And that's got to be invaluable information for you down the road.
Yeah,
Project jobs, that's it.
Is very important to us, because we're going to look at that closely and say, let's tailor programs to fit their needs.
It defines what a community college is. It's affordable, it's accessible, and it's flexible. We don't need to run it through 72 ladders of approval and run it up the flag and down the flag and send it to Harrisburg and send it back to Lackawanna or something. You can just change it like that. I would say within a semester you could probably say, we're going to offer this because that project jobs is screaming this, that they want to do this. Is that true?
It is true. In fact, it's a refreshing truth
I like
of
that.
higher education. That, as I mentioned earlier, the template is this associate degree in applied science. We can add a track based on internal approval. Our Council of Trustees, for example, when they approve such a program, it's approved, and we simply then notify the state. So an example of why that's important is that when a company approaches us, like Penelec or a partnership with North Coast Air and Erie International, we can use training that they provide for part of the credit. Wow. So with a Penelec, when they provide extensive training, that a portion of those credits, in this case about 20 of the 60 credits, would be earned at the company while people earn a living.
We're going to keep you around, Dr. Ritchie. We're going to keep you around.
It is the perfect scenario.
You and Tina have got it all going on. We got about 2 minutes left. Give us your best 1 minute, 1 minute. We'll let Tina have the last words. Nate, you can make your pitch to say, come on, this is here for you. Tina, you can wrap it up, whatever. It's all yours.
One of the things that we wanted to accomplish with Porreco College is to help people. I'm at, I suppose, the last third of my career, and that's a goal.
Oh, no, you're just getting started.
That's a goal. I want to help people, and Tina wants to help people, and Edinburgh University wants to help people. Porreco College is that example where we are able to help people, regardless of the barrier or regardless of their situation. We're just getting started.
Nice.
I can't wait to see where we're headed.
Yeah, absolutely. Tina?
Well, I couldn't agree more. This is a true commitment to the community, and we are very proud of what we're doing, but we're also very appreciative of the support from the broader community, and I think everybody recognizes its value and has been extremely supportive. The work with the different corporations is exciting because we know there's been that void, but also addressing the poverty level and the educational attainment level, that is all good for Erie County long term.
Absolutely.
And so I encourage anybody who has questions or is interested to please call us or go online.
That's great. Thanks to the two of you. You made this happen too.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. The Porreco Promise is the Porreco College. You can find it online. You can find it by calling the university. This is for you. Absolutely. Take advantage of it. Thanks for joining us. I'm Phil Fatica. Until next time.
You're watching the Millcreek Government Channel, powered by WQLN Public Media.